Part two, and we're talking about sleeping around and you call yourself in a relationship and it ain't working.
Okay, now I'm Ethan Thompson. I want to get the couch introductions out the way so people know to our new members. Who we got?
Sultan.
Jeff. Mac the bartender.
And this is our Bay edition. We still heated from our last thing. And so we're going to give the drawing line of what a relationship is, because in this lifestyle we have sometimes where people have open relationships, committed ones, and ones that they say are committed but do it on the low and get mad when others are caught. So what's a relationship to you, Kyle?
To me, a relationship is, I'm very traditional when you come to that, because it's between two people that are committed to each other and you don't go outside.
I guess I want
the line.
So the person who dates you has to want to be exclusive.
They have to want to be exclusive.
How do you have an open relationship though?
Well, just say it's not for you. Because I mean,
I want to know. How do you get to that point of your? This is just my opinion.
Yeah, you want to know.
To be
So fans, right in, let us know what it is, because I can explain it, because my relationship is open. And it's been happy. We have 2 years, and it is wonderful, and it works for us. And I can't really put it in a formula, and I'm gonna do a show about that, but it does work. But I think what I don't like is how people try to judge it as to say, because it's not following a heterosexual or quote-unquote church structure that is common, doesn't mean because it's common, it's absolutely the only way to do a relationship. So that's where I differ. So I do have an open relationship, and it's worked. And most people that I know that are in open relationships stay in them. So I'm in mine, and everybody that I know has 2 years or more, which I know a lot of people 8 and 10 years is open relationship. So, but I'll give the rules to it for those who want to know. But that's a different show.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right, and then I'm just gonna give a quick rule, just a quick synopsis of an open relationship. An open relationship is only sexual. When you get to talking about you liking this other person and you fall in love and you want to go to the movies, that's when you're drawing the lines between an open relationship.
And that's for him.
That's for you. But let me say.
But now you're not lying no more.
I will say this.
That's what I'm saying. That draws the line.
No, I'm saying even sexually, you're not.
But that's the understanding you have with your partner.
Okay.
That's when you get
The
that
whole common
understanding.
ground is communication. If you're dating somebody who has your opinion, that makes you great, because you can't have somebody date you who said I want to open, because then it wouldn't be for you.
But then again, when you get into a relationship, you don't know the person. It takes time to actually know. People say one thing and they do another. That is just a.
But I mean, that's the risk you take with anything. That's the risk you take when you go buy a car. You don't know how fast it's gonna go. You just have to get in and drive.
Let me say this: the risk that comes from with everybody, no matter what relationship is, open, closed, exclusive, however you choose to do it or call it.
Yeah.
When a person comes in, you may say to yourself, all right, they're coming in for this, and that's all they're going to get out of it.
Right.
But unfortunately, for most people in this world, they don't choose who it is they love and why they love them, and why they all of a sudden don't feel the same way about the person that they're supposedly with anymore.
So I think you open up
that door is open because.
So is that an assumption? Because we talk about assumptions. So the assumption is that
what I'm
because
saying
it's open,
is
that it's a lack of relationship.
No, what I'm saying is that you have to understand the risk of driving a fast car. There are inherent risks to driving a fast car. And
But if they do understand that risk, that doesn't mean they don't want to take it.
The faster you drive the car, and most people drive cars fast.
The greater the odds of accident.
The greater the odds.
Okay,
of
now what
accident.
about people who never have one that race fast cars?
Right.
Because I feel like I race a fast car and I do it well. I haven't crashed.
You know what? There are people that smoke. There are people that smoke all their lives and never get cancer.
Right.
But the majority of people don't do like
So
that.
then the majority
what happens is that what I'm saying is that what happens is that when you have a minority of people trying to advocate as the majority, then you get all the points get skewed to a different way.
So that's why you need to be individual. Quit
Right.
under a heterosexual structure.
No, that's not a heterosexual. That's a relationship structure.
Because that's for you. You have to say for me.
Wait,
you have to own it because you feel like that.
Just as many people that are straight have fucked up kind of relationships that you're defining. There's people that
they impotently going to Vegas, let their wife get a
I
know, but that's open to me.
I'll say this: my dad was very heterosexual, had a beautiful lady like my mom, and she accepted his behavior of going out and doing stuff on the side, but all she knew he was coming back home. It wasn't open, but she dealt with a kind of open relationship. That don't make that right. So I'm okay with the communication where it's not done behind my back.
So let me ask you this. So how do you keep all that rest of the stuff out, because when you have sex with somebody,
Right.
and when you hanging around
You got a
somebody,
connection now.
there are some type of connection.
Well, I'll
that
say this.
happens. So
I'll
how
say
do you
this.
keep that out?
And this is for people who are really learning. Because if you really want to learn, and this is not to judge me, this is what it is. Sex is not a big deal for me. So sex
Right.
is an act. When I love you, it's time, commitment, emotion, laying up. I enjoy much rather sleeping with you, sharing the key, building a home together, and having a life partner. Because I realize when you're 60, you're no longer having sex.
Right.
And my grandmother said sex, and when you base your situation on sexual exclusivity, you're messing up. Because she said after 50, 55, 60, you're not having sex anymore. So you might as well find somebody who can, you no matter what, they can pee on your cornflakes, you love them.
Wow.
And so I have that in my life. I love my man. We're not that, I mean, we do swing off the chandeliers and have a good time, but I realize when we get 60, we're not going to do that, and I'm going to be with him until I die. And that's not a judgment, and that's a new structure I want to set up in this heterosexual standard or relationship standard that is not one way, because in everything, we try to make religion one way, we try to make how to watch television one way, we want to make love one way. There is no one way
But I
to
think
love
that
somebody.
you're also missing a point that we're not saying that everything has to be one way. What we're talking about is risk versus benefit and
What's
how.
risk?
Wait.
But risk is what you make it. Risk is what you're willing to accept.
No, listen. I don't care what you say. The more sexual partners you have, the bigger the risks are.
Oh, so you're talking about health risks?
No, the health risk and
Mental
emotional risk.
right.
Yeah, the
Emotionally,
risk and
I'm
emotional
drained.
risk.
But then say that you can't handle that risk,
Say
because
you
somebody
can't.
can handle
Say
that
you
risk.
can't.
Somebody
No,
can't
see, that's
handle
you.
maybe
You have to own it. Say, I can't
No,
handle it.
no,
So you can't
no,
say that?
we're not talking about.
Can you handle it?
No, we're not talking
I
about
can.
me.
That's what you have
Right,
to
and
do.
that's what you can't. That's why you
I'm a selfish,
Somebody
selfish.
somebody out here on this couch is going to say, I want to date you. So can you handle an open relationship? That's a yes or no.
For me, that's not something that I choose.
They
Okay,
said
what
no,
about
you
you?
can't.
No.
So can you handle it? Can you handle the Sultan?
Hell no.
Can you handle the Kyle?
I can handle it.
And I can too. So that's all. So we just want to know, can you handle it? Right in. This is the
But
couch.
you know,
of
can I
love.
make another?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I often think about prostitutes, and we were having this conversation last night because we saw a prostitute basically get the boot out of the van in downtown Oakland.
Yeah.
And I just, I think I turned a corner and I was like, you know what? I remember this lady that, she was a prostitute and had sex with like a lot of guys. And so, she came into like a little church environment, stuff like that. And so she was like, okay, now I may be okay now, but what do I do about all the memories of all the men that I've had sex with? Because after so long of her doing all that stuff, it took a toll on her. It wasn't until late in life, but it actually had an effect on her psyche and on her self-worth. And so I looked at the lady last night that got booted out of the van, and I'm like, she was memorizing the license plate, I'm gonna get you, you gonna remember me and all that stuff. But I'm like, look at all the people that just saw you, and this man, did he just screw you and then just kick you out on the street? Because I've seen that happen, and I'm like,
but then again,
and I didn't say that,
we
it's
have
like
to-
an open relationship.
Yeah,
I'm
and I will
just
say,
saying,
but we have to assume that, what if she got kicked out by her husband?
Right.
Somebody she in love and exclusively. So that's the next couch. We're gonna talk about exclusivity.
but why she got his?
Why she got to remember the license plate? She should know.
So this should know like her husband. So this is the couch right in. If y'all love this heated top, and I love it because people in the Bay Area don't take no stuff, and I'm glad that they're not disagreeing with this. And again, our opinions are personal.
Right.
It's not blanket for everybody. We know.
And we're really not mad at each other. Like
Yeah.
when this camera goes off, I'm not about to, go
Yeah.
sock
And this is
somebody.
my- this is my-
It's conversation.
So this is the couch. Keep it going, y'all.